Mike Romano back with Noozebox, and we're having our discussion with the coaches before the Blackhawk Cup. We're particularly looking at the red bracket. There are no bad teams in this bracket. There are teams that are lower rated, or at least lower in the brackets, but some of those teams can scare you. Let's talk about that.
I think definitely. I think if you look at everybody's conference, the SHL, the CCHL, and the West Conference, one of these 11 ranked teams in state could win it. Right? It's a wide open state tournament this year. You look at it, it could be anybody's. It could be anybody's, and you know it's coming in at the right time. It's having the hot goalie, having the team prepared. Obviously, it has to do with matchups and who you're playing on that given day. But I'm telling you, I've coached. You know, this is my 20th plus year at Loyola, and I would say this is probably the most wide open state tournament I've seen in quite some time. It's anybody's ball game. To say this team or that team has one chance over the other, it's probably not doing justice, because any team can beat any team in this
You don't have
bracket.
just like one bully that's just going to knock over everybody.
Not at all. Not at all. Right. It's wide open.
I think you look down the line, you know, there's teams like Stevenson that has a wealth of offense and a real good goalie in Bonjoya. You know, they could all of a sudden get real hot, and no one wants to see them. And even in John's bracket, I'm going to put a little pressure on John, because, you know, John has a chance to play Providence. They know each other real well. They've tied once this year. You know, John's got a really young but really skilled team, and, you know, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Providence. So, you know, can Benet climb out of there? And I wouldn't bet against them. They're well coached, and John does a really good job with his team. So, you know, and in my bracket, you know, if everything were to fall suit, Naperville Central is a really good hockey team. We have a ton of respect for them. And again, we have to get by our first game to even see them. But, you know, Naperville Central they're on my side. They're a team that's going to have to be reckoned with for sure.
Mm-hmm. You've got two of the top three teams here now, and if I'm them, I'm worried about the 4 to 7 teams that takes it to Stevenson.
You're right.
Those guys are tough, and the amount of times that you play them factors into those games as well. And you know, you've seen Stevenson how many times this year?
I think 5 times.
Right.
Seen them 4 times.
And you've seen Naperville Central how many times this year?
I've only seen them once.
Okay.
Never played them. But I've seen them.
But Mike, I think the 4 to 6 would worry these two guys, and I'm part of that crew, so I like being there.
Yeah, there's a little advantage kind of when you're under the 4 and have nothing to lose, and you tell your kids, hey, you know, it's all on them, and honestly, it is. I mean, we're expected to win, and DJ's expected to win, and Bobby's expected to win at New Trier, and right now Nick's expected to win at Providence, and the expectations are those 4 should be playing in the Final 4. But will we see that? Somebody's going to stumble in my
and you know, underdogs love to be underdogs.
Absolutely.
They love that.
And like I said, you get down in a game at Bensonville and the sticks get real tight and everyone gets real tight, and all of a sudden you go into the 3rd period down a goal. Wow, you know, that 17 minutes looks like it's like 3 minutes long. And likewise, we've been on the other end where, you know, the 17 minutes seems like 30 hours, and so it's a fun time of year. That's why we play the games. I think that's why the kids like to play in my program and DJ's program, John's program. There's pressure, but you kind of got to embrace the pressure.
Well, coaches, thanks. It was a very enjoyable discussion, and we have more to talk about. The tournament starts March 3rd, and we're all excited about that. Noozebox will be right in the middle of it.